أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
How to research using Moara.io. In this session, we are going to introduce an AI tool called Moara and see how it works and how it can assist you in your research. Now, Moara is an AI-powered platform for managing and conducting literature reviews, from building your paper library all the way through screening, reviewing, and synthesizing your research. Now, there are a lot of tools available, but there is a gap that many of you might face in between, and that is that the management and screening of the organization of the papers might seem difficult. Now, you might have downloaded tons of papers from different databases, but the question remains, what do you do with them? How do you screen them? How do you keep track of what is relevant and what is not? How do you synthesize findings across all those papers? This is where Moara can be really helpful. For this example session of introducing Moara, I have this sample framework where I'm interested in looking at the impact of corporate social responsibility on organizational performance. To access Moara, you have to go to moara.io, and this is what you will see. Now you can get started. If you haven't signed up, just sign up, and if you have already done so, just sign in. What I've done is I've signed in, and I'm going to get started by going in and designing a new library. Now you can book an onboarding session or contact the team for any queries as well. Let's have a new library. Now what it does is it creates your own workspace. Now we don't have any papers yet. We are just starting to use Moara, and let's say first of all I'm going to give my study a title. So let's say CSR and organizational performance is the title of my study. Now this is done. Now there are different ways you can have the papers in your workspace. You can import the papers, import from files, Zotero, or other sources in your library. You can have Google Scholar, you can have Semantic Scholar, or you can have AI search as well. Now for instance, I can import the papers here. You can have, or you can link with Zotero, or you can do manual entry as well. Let's say if I want to import a PDF file, let's assume this is one paper that I want to add. You can add as many as you want. Now once the paper is added, it creates a table, a structure that is more meaningful. What it does is it gives you that title, it gives you that priority. Now you can prioritize your papers. Now some papers might be extremely relevant to your study. Some might have minor or medium level priority relevance, and some might be important. Maybe a few sentences here and there might be helpful in describing your study. So based on that, you can add your priority. Here, let's say this paper is of high priority because all the variables that I'm researching on are there in this paper. Now similarly, you can add tags as well. What are the different tags? What are the different, maybe you can have different keywords in here. So you can tag your research papers as well. Now, moving on, let's close it. This is high priority. You can add tags as well. Let's say if I want to add, this is not based on specific context. So let's say if it's a general paper, and then there is a summary. These are the authors, this is the journal, this is the year, citation, and you can view your PDF as well. So this is one way to add the papers. We are going to look into these options as well. Now moving on, next, now let's say we want to use other tools where we can, like the options that we can add papers into our library. So let's go back to our toolbox. Now you want to just discover. So you can use Google Scholar, Semantic Scholar, or AI Research. We are going to look into the other options as well. Let's assume I want to go for Google Scholar. So I'll open it and I'm interested in CSR and organizational performance. So corporate social responsibility and organizational performance. So let's see what we get. Now here are different papers that are available and you can open them as well. Let's see. Now this is a theoretical review. Let's say you are only interested in empirical papers, then you do not need to add this paper. But even if you do it, then you can set the priority to low. Let's assume this paper, add to library. This is again empirical, add to library. This is organizational effectiveness. So how do you define effectiveness? How different it is from performance? And this is what you have to explain. This is what you have to understand. And based on that, you have to decide whether it is important for your study or not. Now, let's say we've added these papers and have a look here. So this is in construction industry. Let's say yours is finance or maybe banking or maybe any other industry. So you can call it, let's say, but the paper is obviously on the same variable. So I'll keep it high. And let's say it's a general study, not specific to your context. Save, close, and this is how. Now, DOI assigned to if you've got multiple users or you're collaborating, and then you can assign it to as well, and then you can add notes as well. So click on and add notes while maybe you are reading the paper and you've obviously put in certain notes. You can put them here. Moving on, let's go back, toolbox, and you can search Semantic Scholar in a similar manner as well. Now let's go for AI search. Describe your research topic or question. I'll recommend papers you can add to the library. Now, I am conducting a research on corporate social responsibility and organizational performance in the banking industry. For instance, that's the industry I'm interested in. With data collected through surveys / questionnaire. So I'm interested in survey or through questionnaire, the data that is collected through survey or using a questionnaire. Now it's setting the priorities. You can obviously review these things as well. And now it's searching for papers. So it gives the ranking criteria based on your query. So the qualitative research is not required here. The secondary data is a weak match. So again, now look here. You've got the papers that are based on empirical research or empirical evidence, based on questionnaires, based on surveys. Now you can further obviously filter out and make sure that, okay, if you are focusing on developing or emerging economies, or you are focusing on specific dimensions of CSR, maybe you are focusing on like last 5 years, because now if you are doing an SLR and you are only focusing on a certain kind of papers, certain languages, certain sectors, certain countries or economies, then this can be really helpful. Now you can add all these papers. Let me add all these papers. Now these are added to the library. You can close it and data. Again, you've got your results here. Now, moving on. So we've done the search. Let's look at AI search. Now, okay, we've done the AI search. Now we've done the search. We've done the AI search. You can further import the paper. We've done that as well earlier. You can library chat as well. Now I can summarize papers, identify themes, find gaps, and in your research compare findings across studies and more. For instance, like let's say, what theories have been used in these research papers? Let's ask a very simple question: what theories have been used? Let's see what we get. Now primarily these papers use stakeholder theory and resource-based theory, and this is where these theories have been used. Now for example, let's say, what are the proposed gaps in the research? Now here are the gaps. Now again, you can look into these gaps and see how you can fill in these gaps. Or if you are searching for the question here, how is CSR measured? Let's see what we get. Now again, CSR is measured based on different dimensions. So this is how you can use the AI chat for your library and further extract, synthesize information that you can later use in your research paper. And even if you're writing an SLR, you can use these as well. Further on, you can do certain enrichments as well. Now you can add, you've already got a summary here. Here, the summary is already there. You can add main findings. Now you've got main findings here. Let's assume field of study. So that can be something very important when you are doing an SLR, and this is based on semantic scholar. So this is business. Now summary of the introduction, that can be really important, because how they are introducing their research, and that this kind of text or these paragraphs you can read and write your own introduction. Again, discussion, how are their results different or complement existing research, study design to learn the methodology. So all these things are really very important, and I really seem to like the kind of synthesis that this tool offers that some of the existing tools are really missing. So this can be a very important tool when you are conducting your research. Moving on, now we've seen enrichments, annotations. Let's have a look at that. Now here is the paper that we uploaded. Now select the text from full text to create annotations. Let's say, for example, if you're reading through the paper, and now this is a really important, read as much as possible. If you do not read, then any tool, no matter how good it is, it won't help. You need to read as much as possible in order to understand what goes into a research paper. Now, if you understand the ingredients of a good research paper, the elements of a good research paper, then only you are going to use these tools to extract those key elements. Now again, you can select the text and annotate it. So you can use the shift and right arrow, let's say for instance this one, and annotate. And if you want to add a note or any tags, anything that is, maybe it's related to gaps, maybe it's related to methodology, anything, you can obviously add them here. Moving on. Now we've done the data extraction, evidence synthesis. So we've done the library chat. You can have a synthesis report. Let's have a look at that. You don't have a synthesis report yet. So let's see if we can run and find a synthesis of our papers. Now it's summarizing the methodologies, findings against gaps. Again, very critical, very important in both the literature review and when you are writing an empirical evidence or writing your full research paper. So what were the methodologies used? What were the findings? Again, you can use these in your introduction, in your literature review, in your methodology, in your discussion as well. Now let's see what we have. Okay, you can regenerate. Maybe you have added something in your library and then you can regenerate as well. Let's go back. Writing. So you can do AI writing as well. So you've got papers in the library. Open AI writing. And now it's loading the document. Let's say introduction. And I want to start with the value of the topic. CSR is critical. Now, based on those papers, it will help me identify. Now I've set the tone because I'm trying to introduce why CSR is critical. So CSR is critical for business organizations. Now again, now it's recommending. So you can just simply press tab if you like the structure, if you like the sentence. Now again, it won't be helpful if you haven't read enough, because reading will let you know that an introduction will have 3 to 4 key elements. It starts off with the value, then the next step is identifying the existing research, then what are the gaps in existing research, followed by how you want to fill those gaps, then the theoretical framework, and finally the contributions. Now if you do not know the order of these things, these elements, these key ingredients, these tools won't benefit you, and you won't understand the write-up, you won't understand the tools, you won't understand how to use them. So again, this is very critical. You should know the words because you have to start the writing. So you have to start off like, what is it that you want these tools to provide you with? So you need to know the words. For example, now let's say if I write here, existing research on CSR and performance is limited. Now it will provide or extract that particular information as to how it is limited, indicating a need for further investigation into the complex relationship. So this is how you can extract that information. This is how you will know what to write. If you do not need the word, or if you do not know the words, you need to know the words. You need to know the keywords. You need to know how to write, what to write, where to write, when to write. So all these things are very critical. Going back to the toolbox, utilities, then you can add bibliography. You can export, and again we have already imported the data. Now let's look at bibliography, APA, and generate. So now you have got it for all those papers. You can simply download it. Going back, utilities and export, because this is the last option. So you can see or put in the complete review, or you can select individual parts as well. So file name, and let's say summary, CSR and OP, and you can export it as well. So this is how you can use a Moara for your research. I found the tool really helpful, especially the kind of options and the range of options it provides. Thank you very much.